Alright. Hey guys, alright. I didn't my video that I took at the fabric store looks like shit, so I'm gonna do this my own way. Alright, first things first. Things about fabric. This is not, this is what poly satin looks like. It looks nice until you do a dress, and then it looks bad. See, this is why we don't use this. See all the light? See how shiny it is? Don't do it. This is actually crepe back satin. So the back is okay. You can use the back. That's what I did Purim out of, or my first Purim dress. I'm redoing it. You can use the back. It looks fine. Okay, so if you get crepe back satin, it's fine if you use the back. Don't use the front. The front looks bad. First thing. That on the note, do not use poly satin. Never, don't touch it. Don't even touch it. It looks terrible. It looks like costumes. Like fake costumes. Looks bad. Don't use it. I don't care how fucking cheap it is. Don't goddamn use it. Alright? Don't use it. That is my warning to you. You're gonna waste your money, it's gonna look bad, and you're gonna be a laughingstock. Don't use it. Alright, next thing. This Kona cotton. This is $8 a yard. So, if you go to Hobby Lobby, this on sale. This is on sale right now. It's 30% off, so I don't know how much I got it for. This right here, this is going to be my favorite fabric. I prefer using this for a lot of things. My rose dress is made out of this. It's not stretchy, but it's very versatile. It can be used for pants, for shirts, for jackets, stuff like common clothes and stuff, nothing fancy. I mean, if you're doing fancy dreamers or something, you're going to use velvet, crepe back satin on the back. You're going to use bridal satin, stuff like that. On that note, bridal satin is actually really nice looking. It's a beautiful thing, and it's $19.99 a yard. It's $20 per yard. So you better have some money to spare if you're going to be using satin. Don't get the crap. Don't get that crap. This is Kona cotton. This is some of the best stuff I've ever used. I love Kona cotton a lot, which is why I've got, I think, 2 or 3 yards of this for my Roxy skirt. So, there's that. Let's see. This is crepe back satin. As you can see, it's shiny. No, shiny. I hate shiny stuff. Okay, so crepe back satin is great for corsets. If you use the crepe side. Don't use the satin side. The satin side looks bad. First thing you need to learn is don't use crepe back satin unless you're using the satin side. Next thing, oh, I should have cut a little piece out. This right here, this monster thing is chiffon, or chiffon, I don't know, chiffon. It's very sheer. It's nice overlay stuff. This is actually for my Purim dress. I'm redoing my Purim dress and making it out of a knit and a chiffon. So it's going to have a long skirt made out of chiffon. And I mean, chiffon's really good. It does fray, so you're going to have to get some fray block. But it looks really nice. I like chiffon. That's actually poly chiffon. It was $4.99 a yard. That's not too bad, considering, you know, taffeta, it runs at like $8 a yard. This big thing right here is black. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of black cosplays right now. This is black, travel knit, I think. It's really nice. It's really nice. Alright, one thing I really like about travel knits and stuff is that they're very stretchy. Very stretchy. So, if you combined, so let's say this and chiffon, come here chiffon. So if you take this and you put a nice chiffon over it, if it'll come out, hang on, here we go. It looks pretty dark, but I mean if you look at it that way, it looks nice. So it's honestly about coordination, so you just gotta try your fabrics with the other fabrics. Like if you're getting 2 parts, you gotta be careful. Like, I know for a fact I'm going to, when I do my Fancy Aradia cosplay, I'm doing velveteen shorts. On that note about velvet runs about $15 a yard. Expensive as shit, but it's good quality regardless. It's just kind of hard to sew with. What else do I need to tell you? Zippers. Things of the gods, okay? Zippers are great. This is an invisible zipper I got for pouring. Let's pull it out. I already kind of undid it, so I don't have to pull this thing out. This is an invisible zipper. Basically, you sew it in and it looks invisible. When you pull it down, it doesn't separate. So this is good for dress zippers, stuff like that. It comes off as a coat zipper. Just don't get the ones that say separating. Separatings are actually for coats that separate. That, like, you know, like normal jackets and stuff. And if you're doing something like that, you can get a separating zipper. But, you know, coat zippers and stuff like that is what you want to use for it. Because they have that thing at the end and you don't have to do a whip stitch and stuff. So, the thing about fabric shopping is you've got to be careful because you can end up with something like this. Honestly, I'm making do because actually my very first experience was buying this kind of stuff. This was actually supposed to be used for lining because they didn't have lining fabric in the color that I needed. And I just decided to flip it over and use it. So, that. Another thing, don't use lining fabric as cloth, please. If it says lining, use it for lining. Don't use it just for your actual costume because it's see-through, one, and B, it's not very sturdy and it's going to come apart. So you gotta be careful. Lining is basically for lining! Keep it to the lining! Every other thing else you can use. Broadcloth is really good for mock-ups. I completely recommend doing mock-ups first because mock-ups are really an easy way to save fabric and B, it's a way to fix yourself if you fuck up. Because if you do a mock-up, you can mess up with it, you can fix it, you can stitch it, you can do all this stuff, and then when you're done, you can just rip it apart and then get it as a pattern. I love mock-ups. I do mock-ups for all my commissions and myself. I actually got 8 yards of broadcloth too. So, and those run, I actually prefer muslin, but I don't have any muslin. I couldn't find any at Hobby Lobby. And those run for about $2.99, whereas broadcloth runs about $1 more. So not a big deal if you get muslin or broadcloth. If you're going to use felt, I use felt for sturdier pieces. If you're going to use like circle skirt stuff, your best bet using muslin or broadcloth. You can use broadcloth for normal cosplays. I don't recommend it completely because, I mean, unless it's a normal cosplay, I prefer cotton and stuff like, and knits and things like that. If it's a fancy cosplay like Purim or Fancy Dreamer or some other fancy kind of cosplay, I do recommend getting the special occasions fabrics that are very nice. If you're doing a corset, your best bet is to have a duck fabric or twill or canvas on the inside and a nicer fabric on the outside that keeps it very sturdy, makes it look nicer. Let's see, what else do I know? For threads, I prefer to use black threads if I have a gradient pattern or stuff like that. Black threads are your best bets. Never go lighter with threads, okay? Just always go darker. Never go lighter because it looks like the threads are coming out and it looks really bad, so don't do it. Darker is better. I mean, if you've only got black thread, use black thread. If you've got purple thread, don't use it. And your outfit's not purple, don't use it. Don't. It looks weird. It looks bad. I mean, black thread is your thing. White thread for white clothes, black thread for black, and pretty much everything on the inside. You can usually find the threads in different colors and stuff that, you know, run, but if you can't, just use black, okay? And I think that's everything. I'm sorry you've had to hear me ramble for about 9 minutes. So, there we go. There's my tutorial on how to shop for fabric.